This video is going to hypnotize you without even closing your eyes. That might sound a little bit strange, but the interesting thing is that actually hypnosis is not really about eye closure. It's about your focus and your imagination. Those are the only two things. Now, the reason why we have people close their eyes is sometimes it helps them focus, and it's also kind of what people are expecting. But I thought I'd show you something which will give you a little experience of hypnosis without you having to close your eyes. So you can see everything around you and you'll be aware of my voice the whole time. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to stand up. You'll need to be able to stand up for this. This will not work if you are sitting down. So go ahead, find somewhere to stand, pause the video, and come back when you're standing up. Okay, so you should be standing up right now. Again, this will not work if you are sitting down. Next, what I'd like you to do is simply to relax your hands just so they're resting by your side. Let them relax there, just kind of hanging there. And as you do that, I'd like for you to focus your attention straight ahead in front of you. Don't move your head up or down in any way, just look straight ahead. And as you look straight ahead, I would like for you just to keep your head nice and still, but just to allow your eyes to move up just slightly. Just so you're looking slightly above your normal line of vision. I'd like you just to stare at that point, as if it was something which was really important to you, as if that was the only thing that matters right now. And you can still blink as you focus there on that point. And in a moment, the experience is about to begin. And one thing which is very important for your own safety is you must not let yourself fall. Keep yourself standing, but allow yourself to be open to the possibility that your body could move without you moving it. So keep your balance, but just keep looking at that point on the wall there. And as you stare at it, I'd like you to imagine that right in front of you that there is somebody standing there. It might be somebody you know. It might be a complete stranger. You can imagine that person, whoever it may be. Imagine that person is just there right in front of you. And as you imagine that person there right in front of you, just imagine now that person begins to reach out and they start to push you backwards. As if they just reach out with both hands and just gently push you backwards. And you'll begin to notice a sensation which just begins there. And some people will notice it around the shoulders, others around the legs or the chest, or maybe somewhere else completely different. But imagine that and just notice what happens. Now, many of you listening to this will have felt something there. If that's the case, continue listening. If you didn't experience anything, this is the end of the experience for you. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you notice yourself move backwards there a little bit, I'd like you to imagine now that person just goes behind you. And as they go behind you, imagine that person there just starts to push you towards that point there on the wall. And just begin to notice that. Notice that sensation. That person can then go in front of you again and they just begin to push you back and start to feel that. And as you notice that, if you've noticed that so far, you are an excellent hypnotic subject. And now, I'd like your permission to take this little experiment a little bit further. I'd like you to imagine right now that that person there can just start to take control of one of those arms. It might be the left one, it might be the right one. I don't know which one it will be, but I'd like you to imagine that person there just starts to pick up and start to lift one of those arms, all by themselves, without you doing anything. It just kind of happens automatically. It just kind of starts to drift up just on its own. And begin to notice those sensations which just occur. And some people begin to notice their arm, their hand, just lifting slowly away from the body. And that arm there can start to feel rather strange. In fact, there are a couple of possibilities which you can start to notice now. One is that arm just starts to become really, really numb, as if we've just put some kind of anesthetic through the arm, and it's just hanging there without you doing anything, and all the sensation is just draining away from it. Other people will begin to notice the temperature of the arm just begins to change. Sometimes tingling sensations. Sometimes it can feel like that arm there is just becoming really cold, as if you just placed it inside a freezer or a fridge. Others will even notice the arm starts to warm up and begin to notice that sensation there. And you can look at that arm. You can look at that arm and it'll still hang there. Meanwhile, you can just poke it with your other hand. Notice what it's like. Maybe it's numb. Maybe the temperature has changed. And that just happens all by itself. Now notice that you're experiencing that without even having closed your eyes. Welcome to hypnosis. And now, as I click my fingers, your arm, your body returns back to normal, completely back to normal. Returning back to normal, give the arm a shake, and everything returns to normal, feeling good. And thank you for watching this little experience of hypnosis with your eyes open. Comment below what you thought of this and what happened to you.